Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancier. I wanted to come and say hello today, to wish you a good day. There is a lot of newness in the air. I wanted to discuss a couple of ideas. The first one is about a philosopher named Pascal, a French philosopher in the 17th century, who made a bet. He said it's a very famous condition that can be applied in the here and now in relation to the ascension, in a different way, but his bet was, at the time they were questioning, maybe there is a God, maybe there is no God. If you bet there is no God and there is a God, you have lost it all. If you bet there is no God, and there is no God, you have not won anything. But if there is really a God and you bet there is a God, you have won everything. But if you bet there is no God and then you if you bet there is a God and there is none, then you haven't lost anything, because then you're gone. So in many sense, that can be applied to eternal life. To recognizing ourselves as an eternal soul is a bet that we have to, is a leap of faith that we have to make it clear to ourselves that our inner reality, our eternal reality, is a real thing, and the most important things, more important than all of the shadows that are being projected around us that we call life. And so to recognize ourselves as a multi-dimensional being, as a projection of a higher consciousness, and each and every day to tune into that frequency in order to receive the messages that come from that source. So in many sense, I wanted to speak of a movie called The Wizard of Oz. It's a very powerful movie. It's a proof that, it's a movie that was in 1940, and it still has a power to mystify, to bring about mystic understanding that proves that cinema can be an art, because art has to have lasting value. In many sense, a lot of what we call art is just an effect of fashion, for fashion has changing all the time. When I was young, a friend of my mother, who was a very elegant person, intelligent person, told me, because I enjoyed long hair, and it was a time when people were wearing short hair, and he said, he told me that it is the people who do not follow the fashion that makes the fashion. Those who follow fashion are just follower, but it's those. So fashion is not something that lasts, but I enjoy fashion, but art has lasting effect, and this movie still has there is great deal of understanding that following that yellow brick road each and every day we have to pave a road, understanding that all the religion and philosophy are yellow brick roads that lead us to this great knowledge, the knowledge of understanding of the power of Oz, the power of the great magician that controls all of reality, all the dreams, and have all the power to grant all the wishes. And so in many sense, we have to be joyful on the road when we are going onto the road to find, we know we'll find that, and at the end we'll find ourselves, we'll find the soul. For the soul is not really what we believe, for the magician is hidden behind the veil. And so I just wanted to speak about that. In many sense, we have entered a sphere of consciousness that's called the samsara, that is it's time and space. We know that we came in, but we don't know when we're going to be able to come out. It's like a very long process, or it seems that way. From an eternal perspective, it's probably not all that long, but in many sense, we are following this as we end time, space ends, and then as we go into time, then space unfold as infinitely. So in many sense, we'll learn to control that, to be able to move out of time. And the way to do that is to stop the pendulum of duality. For everything is always, the mental body is always on a swing, and some people that wanted to control that matrix have pulled the swing a lot farther than it was intended to be, so it's really difficult. Yet when the swing is like what is wanted, non-wanted, black, white, high, low, cold, hot, so all those so by stopping the pendulum of duality, you are able to stop it in others as well, and connect on the vertical pillar of light, where there is actually no more there is a great deal of understanding that will come from the alignment of that central focus from the soul star to the earth star, and eventually this single light that traverses us continuously will eventually become a pillar of light. For I've heard of that, I haven't really experienced it, so I do not talk about those things I have not yet experienced. So this Kundalini experience will activate the light body, which will initiate the Shashuna, this eternal river of light, and with the Ida, the masculine Ida, and the feminine Pangala, the energies that will balance out the expansion of the light body. For those things will come into are becoming possibility, for we are becoming the Wizard of Oz. And so understand there is great divine force that if you allow yourself to be led each and every day, you can receive great wisdom from all of life, from inside mostly, but from all of life. Will be reflective to that. We have to seek love and wisdom in order to acquire freedom, for the love and wisdom is the only true power of creation. For any power that is not connected to love or wisdom is an ego-based understanding. And each and every day it is good to decree life, to decree the state of grace, to decree peace on the earth, to decree the golden age to come, to decree the ascension of the planet, the reunification of the natural kingdom, the reunification with our guides, the reunification of the galactics and the angels and all of the spiritual hierarchies, to reconnect to that oneness, that family relationship that we had originally, that we forgot when we came down into this world to become separated individuals. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wanted to bring just an exercise before I'm going to pull out a few cards as well. When we visit in order to utilize the sacred site, the planet is filled with vortexes of energy, spiritual centers. The most powerful ones are the crystal bed of Arkansas and the crystal bed of Brazil. They were the sacred crystals of Atlantis are being kept. There is also, and they've been placed in other places as well, inside the Earth, in a protected zone for now. But there are many sites on the surface of the planet, such as the Great Pyramid of Egypt or Machu Picchu in Peru, or the Yakutan, or all those. There is many great spiritual centers, but it's far easier and much more practical in our days and age to visit those places in astral projection. For now, I'm working with my friend and teacher, Master of Wisdom, Thoth, the great Atlantean, and but when I do those exercises, those works, those daily exercises, I go into the pyramid, I follow the spiral that leads to the top, and I go down to the halls of Amenti, or I'm being led, or whatever experiences. But if I had to do that in a physical plane, I would have to get a visa, to pack up my luggage, get a hotel, and I would try to get access to the pyramid. I would be detoured with tourism, with the tourist sex. I wouldn't be able to access the place. Then I would have to make contact with the temple, the priest of the temple of Thoth, and to convince them of the worthiness of my request to access the sacred site, and then they would have to find a way to get me there. So it would be very complicated, and all of that is no longer necessary. You just go directly to the source, you project yourself, you allow yourself to be transported into an energy, and then you will see that you will be able to utilize, to be guided and led to great traveling experience through that ability to know that you already have this power. It's just, and the more we practice that, our third eye open, and it becomes much more lucid and vivid and clear experience in the astral planes become more real. For the astral plane is more real than the physical world. It is a transition plane but reality was created from the spirit down, and so we will, each and every day we reconnect. Well, I hope you get to practice this, and if you have anything you like to comment, or you feel free. I'm always enjoying communicating on those subjects. The highest wisdom for us today is listening. It's l'écoute. It's the ability to hear, to receive the guidance. We have to. The more quiet our mind is, the more we can hear. Also, the more, of course, for it is in silence that we're able to hear. If we're speaking, we cannot hear what is. Even what we say, sometimes we don't even hear it. So it is important to listen to life. For we have one mouth, but we have two eyes and two ears. So we speak 20% of the time, and the rest of the time is just observation and listening. What we need to understand is a renewal. Is renaissance, is rebirth. There's a great deal of newness. So let's move into the new. What we need to do is triumph. It is a triumph, the triumph of the light. It is the triumph of joy, the triumph of freedom. We are able to move into a paradisical state, a semi-paradisical state of bliss, of acceptance, of joy. It is all there. It is just a matter of letting go of anything that prevents us from feeling that state of being. And the general message for us is destiny. It is that state of liberation, of freedom. Well, I hope you enjoyed those times. It is. I'm going to finish with a little song. I wanted to make this song of the Wizard of Oz, for it is such a powerful energy. This understanding of those the magic power, to allow the magic, the miracle to happen. For anything can happen, but first we have to believe in its possibility because of free will. We have to allow ourselves to move into a more multidimensional, a more integrated state of co-creation with the universe. So I'm going to follow this song. I'm going to sing the one before that. It's a nice little song, and today is kind of very, very raining, so we are kind of dreaming of a new land over the rainbow. It goes like this. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream, ready to come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, we're way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? If happy little birds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Follow the rainbow over the stream, follow the fellow who follows the dream, follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he's a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful thing he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Well, thank you very much. I hope you had a pleasant time. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Namaste.